What's up, guys? John from Mothman Outdoors. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I have a new sight. It's not new because we've owned it already. This is the Bridgelock UV Slider from, I guess, Mathews and UltraView. It's the collaboration that they did. This is the same one that Cameron had earlier in the year, but he had the 5-pin cartridge, and we switched to the 1-pin. I don't know if you'll be able to see that in the video, but we're gonna do some close-ups of this. So yeah, ordered it as soon as it was available on Mathews' website, which was like 3 days ago. I think I bought it on Saturday, so whatever day that was. They had the cartridge. If you remember from one of Cameron's other videos where he talks about the dial proof, he mentioned having this sight, and the gripe that he had was the 5-pin was a little bit too crowded, especially for tack turkey season and maybe just in general. But the downside to that sight at the time was that you could not buy individual cartridges. Well, now you can, and they are still the same configurations that they were if you just bought the whole sight, which is the 1-pin, the 3-pin, and the 5-pin. We went with the 1-pin because that's what I shot with the CBE. That's what Cameron shoots with the dial. So that's what we're going to continue to shoot. Nothing wrong with the CBE. I think I had the Trek Pro, if I remember correctly. Great sight. We just spent a lot of money on this one, so it makes no sense not to use it. So I'm going to run it for a while. When you order the new cartridge, it comes in a box. It looks just like this. Open it up, and then your cartridge will be inside on a piece of foam, if I can get it out, just like that. This is Cam's old 5-pin cartridge. It just pops off. You undo the set screw, loosen it up, and you just pull the cartridge from right here, right out of the front, and then pop the new one in. Everything that worked on this one still works on this one. It still lights up, it illuminates if you push the button. Still slides the same. However, they do give you another selector pin, I guess you would call it, for your dial. Still give you the same package. It says thank you so much for buying our products. Price is about $150, which I don't know, maybe too steep for just a piece of plastic, because that's essentially what it is. But
do me a favor, grab that dial over there, the one on top. That right there is the single pin scope that goes on that. That was $200.
So yeah, so what Cameron just said from dial, this was $200. That's $150. So they're all batting in the same ballpark. Yeah. You figure out whether it's worth it. I don't know. It's worth it to us because we wanted a 1-pin and we had to buy it. $150 or $700. I'll take the freaking $150. But when you kind of look at the grand scheme of things, now we're pretty much almost $900 deep into just one sight, which for some of you might not be reasonable, but you're also probably not trying to run an outdoor YouTube channel like me and Cameron are. So for us, it's a little bit more reasonable. So yeah, running the new sight, the Mathews UltraView collab, the Bridgelock Slider. So let's go sight it in. Let's take it to that point, and let's see how quick or how long it might take to sight it in. So let's go to the range.
All right, what's up, guys? Thanks for continuing to follow on this video. We're back out at our favorite place, the Canal State Forest Archery Range. It is soggy. It is raining. We knew it was possibly going to rain, but we didn't know it was going to rain this much. We're going to kind of hopefully wait and see if it slows down. If not, oh well. We're going to shoot in it because we got to get this. We got to get this thing sighted in today. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to wait a few more minutes. Regardless, this video will be finished today. So keep sticking with us. All right, guys. So it's down to a sprinkle now, but we're not going to sit out here all day. So we're going to start at 10, work our way back. I think we'll go like what, Cam? 10, 20, and then out to maybe 60-ish, and then we'll try to figure out what sight tape we need based off what we're seeing. So right now we're going to start at 10, kind of make sure that I'm square and level the best that we can, and then we'll go from there. All right, so now we're back to 20 yards. We were shooting about, at 10 yards, we were about 6 inches low, and just, I mean, if we're going off MOA, we're like a couple inches to the left. So we're We're down and low to the left just a little bit, but let's see what happens at 20 yards. So now we're even lower, but we're still hitting the target. All right, so Cameron's still behind the camera with his binos. We're now at 40, we're good at 20. We actually got really good at 30 really quick. So now we're gonna shoot at 40. If we're good here, we're gonna go back to 60, and then if I'm good at 60, that should give us our sight tape. We'll put the sight tape on, and then we'll shoot a couple with the sight tape at some different ranges, all the way probably as far as we can go, and make sure that we're good. It also should be noted that I'm shooting, arrow choice for today is the Ultra Arrow, the Centrum Limited, the .204, so the 5mm version. And I use their half out insert. So far it's shooting pretty good. Me and Cameron actually shot it the other day after we filmed the video with Mr. Tyson Yates from Easton, and chronoed this, and I'm shooting around 300 FPS, which is great because this is way heavier than the Easton 5.0. It's actually, what'd you say, Cameron? It's about 100 grains heavier?
About 60.
Yeah, okay, so about 60 grains heavier, and we're about 24 FPS, a little bit lighter, or a little bit slower. So still pretty good. Also, shout out to Ultra Arrows. Military discount on these for us, which is great because it took these arrows from about 170 bucks to about 140. Actually a little bit, yeah, with the outserts included in my cart. So what would have been like $170, $180 purchase ended up being a $140 purchase. So we really appreciate that. Haven't totally given up on Easton by any means whatsoever. Cameron's got some FMJs coming. We're gonna do a video on those as well. But today we're shooting the Ultra Arrows. Wanted to give them a shot. We're running the 4-fletch configuration for me with the Bonding Atlas, the 2.28 vanes, and we got the Mothman white hot wrap. So yeah, we're gonna shoot at 40, continue to see where we're at. Yeah, that might have been me on that left part. I did. I think I went down like just a little bit more. Right above it? Okay. Hand me one more arrow. I'll make a slight adjustment. All right. This is what you got to do to make sure you get sighted in, guys. It's a little bit of work. Don't try to be close enough. Try to be perfect as best as you can be. Might be the difference between that trophy buck and never seeing him again. All right, let's go get those arrows. All right, guys, so Cameron is installing the sight tape. We figured out where we needed to be. Shot at 60 with three more arrows. One in the heart, one just behind the heart and the liver, and then one in the lungs just above the heart. The two that missed were definitely probably my fault because I'm not a professional. Cameron's really good at installing these sight tapes and getting it dialed in just right, so I'm gonna let him do it. But we're gonna get this new sight tape on. We're gonna shoot a couple more shots, probably a lot more shots, and then verify that I'm good to go at a bunch of different ranges, probably from 20 all the way out to 90, 80, 90. Don't really feel like losing a whole lot of arrows today, but thank you guys so much for watching this video.
sight is one. He's sight tape number 10.
I'm sight tape number 10 on the Mathews UV Bridgelock Slider. Right?
Yep.
Right? That's what they call it nowadays. That sight. So yeah, just to remind you guys again, I'm shooting with the Ultra Centrum Limited. This is their .003 arrow, 300 spine. Me and Cameron chronoed this, what was it, yesterday or the day before? Day before at 300 feet per second. We actually shot it as the setup is right now, and I was at 300, and then with a broadhead, which my broadhead of choice is the G5 Mega Meat, I was at 296. So 296, 300 FPS, that's cooking for one of these arrows, especially at the weight that it's at. I mean, I think we said we're around 430-ish. Yeah, we're 430 on this arrow, grain weight.
So and understand something too, when we're sighting in this process, kind of like what L-Shape says, you don't marry a sight tape yet. Like, this is where we're going to start him. He might end up changing a little bit. His arrow may change, the weight may change a little bit, weather may change a little bit, but this is a very good starting point for where he's going to be. Also
note too that weather temps will change your arrow flight. They will change how an arrow performs. It's not going to be that drastic, but you are going to see a difference. Like today it's hot. It's hot for what it has been. I think it's in the high 60s, low 70s. It's humid. That's going to change some things. It's not going to change that much. We're not talking like a major shift, but you will see a little bit of a difference. When it's cold, they're going to shoot different when they're cold. They're going to shoot different when they're hot. Bullets, ammunition perform the same way. They're going to shoot a little bit different from a cold bore than they are a hot bore. So things can alter a slight bit, but if you're consistently in the target, you're within a couple inches of where you're aiming every time, you should be good to go. But kind of the same thing we were talking about on the Easton video the other day. Where we are in the dense woods, like I really wish if we turn the camera on, you could see what we're talking about. This is the most unflat state in America. We are surrounded by hills, valleys, mountains, whatever you want to call them, everywhere. So a 70, 80, 90 yard shot is not realistic on a whitetail for us. And if you watch that video where we're talking with Tyson from Easton Archery, I talk about how a whitetail primarily uses their ears. I mean, we all know they use their sense of smell. That's one way you're going to get defeated. But their hearing is what they rely on when you let one of these things fly. And what I mean by that is if a deer is beyond 30 yards, let's say maybe 40, 50 max, when you're shooting a heavier arrow, like this one right here, the moment that they hear that trigger release, they're loading on their legs, their front legs, they're dipping down. So the further you are away, the more they're going to preload on those legs to jump and run, and you're going to miss. Like you're not going to hit where you're aiming. That's why you'll hear guys tell you if you're at a further distance, aim a little bit lower to make up for that distance that they're going to drop. So we're not so much as worried about speed as we are accuracy. You know, you've always heard the distance, or the saying, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. We heard it a lot from our time in the Navy, especially as my time as a cop. Accuracy is going to equal deadly for us, not so much speed. Because at the closer distances that we're going to be at, you know, accuracy is where it's going to count. So we're not really, you know, kind of like Tyson said in the video, you know, I hate to keep going back to that, but it's true. We're not chasing weight. We're chasing confidence, and we're chasing accuracy. So this isn't to downplay anyone's arrows, anyone's products, anything like that. Me and Cameron are finding what's best for us. Yep. We're going to continue to shoot the Ultras. We're going to continue to shoot the Eastons. We're going to continue to shoot the Victory, the RIP TKOs. We're going to find the arrow that flies out of these Mathews the best for us with where we are. And that's what you guys should be doing too. So let's get this sight tape finished up, put on. We're going to keep shooting. We're going to keep filming. Keep watching this video. All right, guys. So we're sighted in all the way to, I think 90. I hit the target, a little bit of movement, actually quite a bit of movement on the target itself. However, it's 90 yards. I probably moved the slightest bit, trying to get used to this trigger release again. Again, I left the Ultra View button, punched myself in the face twice. I was not happy about that. Ultra View, not your fault. Definitely something I was doing wrong. However, because I did something wrong and I couldn't figure it out, because it happened twice and it hurt, I don't trust it, because I don't trust myself with it. I trust myself with this though. Spot Hog, tough guy. It's what I was shooting last season, so it's what I went back to. We're gonna shoot a grouping of 2 or 3 at 40, and then 2 and 3, whatever I don't shoot at 40 at 60. And then if everything is, I can touch with one hand, all the arrows, I'm gonna call it good, because I am not a pro yet, so that would be good for me. And that is an acceptable limit that I'm comfortable with. So we're gonna shoot a couple, I'd say probably 3 at 40 and then 2 at 60. We're gonna shoot the 40 on the far right target, and then we're gonna shoot the 60 on the far left target, all right? So here we go. Shoot the 40 first, take a break, and then go back to 60. However, we will leave the arrows in the target. Ready? 40 yards. Yeah, a little bit low. I might have pulled that one. All right, let's go back to 60, and then we will shoot at 60 on the far left, and then we'll go up and see both targets. All right, back at 60, like before, just on the other side of the creek bed here. Far left target, we're gonna shoot 2. That's what's left in the quiver, and then we'll go take a look at the target itself. Cameron's on the binos and the camera, so he'll tell me where I'm at. Sight pin has been moved to 60, so let's let him fly. Liver, heart. Okay. All right, let's go take a look. All right, so 40, I can get my whole hand around all 3, 2 in the heart, 1 just on the outside of it. Definitely probably my fault, not the bow or the sight itself. I'm not gonna lie, not an excuse, just kind of a fact. I am a little bit fatigued. We did get here early in the morning, and we've been shooting all morning trying to get this thing sighted in, which, take a look over there at 60, it's a little bit different. Let's go over there and then I'll finish what I'm trying to say. So this one, good shot in the heart. This one, I pulled it. Kind of brings me to my next conclusion. I know it's kind of the off season for us as far as hunting season. However, with tack, you're gonna be fatigued because you're gonna be shooting a lot, especially if you warm up before you start going down the range, whatever course that you're on, which you need to be exercising. And I'm not saying you need to be Cam Hanes or any of those guys. Those dudes are on a whole nother planet. However, you do need to take care of yourself. You need to be eating right. You need to be going to the gym, exercising, drinking water. Even if you're just doing push-ups and sit-ups and jogging a little bit, that's more than enough for what you're gonna be doing in the woods. Excuse me, especially where we are. There is some terrain in the ridge line where me and Cameron have our food plots. If we kill a big deer out there, we're gonna be freaking hiking, especially if he takes off on a downward slope. I mean, you're talking like something that's almost damn near in some places a 90-degree incline is what it feels like. Yeah, you can kind of see the hillside here. It just goes straight up. It's definitely at about a 45-degree angle. It's no joke. And if you're not in shape, it's gonna take its toll. Case in point, I'm off, whether it's target panic or I'm just a little bit fatigued, that's on me. So those are some things I've got to correct. But the fact that I am hitting the heart at 60, I even hit it at 70, I think I even clipped it at 80. The fact that I have a little bit of a bigger grouping, it's not the arrow, it's not the bow, it's not the sight, it's me. And those are some things that I got to work on, which we all need to work on. I think tack is going to be, that's total archery challenge, by the way. If you've watched the channel, we're going to West Virginia, the one here with us, and then we're going to the one in Seven Springs, PA. It's going to push you to your limits, especially your bow's limits and your shooting ability to, I mean, what's the caribou shot? 111 yards. So it's gonna take its toll. It's gonna, oh my God, hopefully this guy on the bike doesn't wipe out. Impressive, sir. But yeah, it's gonna push us to our limits. It's gonna let us know where we're at, especially for deer season. Turkey season's a few weeks away for us here in West Virginia. I think it's what, April 21st it starts, and it goes until about a month later at the end of May. But yeah, this is a very humbling experience today. Again, Ultra Centrum Limited. This is the 003 spine, if you want to call it that. They don't have any like actual spine. Like there is a spine in this, however, it's not like, Cameron, explain it. What is it? There's no direct spine alignment. Sorry. However you want. You can fletch them however you want, really. There's no, Cameron said, I'm sure you probably can't hear him because we got the mic today. There's no direct spine anywhere. It's kind of woven in all together, so you can fletch it however you want. Four-fletched stock component as far as the knock. I did the half outsert. These things fly. I enjoy them. What we say? Yeah, the half outs. Yeah, the half outs are about 25 grains lighter than the full outsert that they usually just send with these. And that's kind of why I went with that, because it's lighter. I think total, like I said, we weighed this, it was like 430-ish. Chronoed it with the field tip, it was 300. With the G5 Mega Meat broadhead, it was 296 out of the Mathews Lift X 70-pound with 29-inch draw. If I crank that bitch up to 80, I'd probably get a little bit more out of it. Oh yeah, this one right here. I keep looking at your bow over there. So yeah, that'll be the video for today. The Mathews UV collaboration, the Bridgelock UV Slider. Single pin, that's what we switched it to.
How do you feel with the comparison to the CBE?
The comparison to the CBE, honestly, the CBE, I would say, is just as good as this as far as shootability. However, it's a little bit bulky and has just a little bit too much excess like stuff going on as far as the housing itself. This one is a little bit lighter. It's a little bit more compact, closer to the bow, which I think is what you want when you're talking about, you know, what bow tech, you know, would call it center mass technology. Everything kind of comes to the center of the bow. But if I was shooting any other bow, Hoyt, Bowtech, Prime, whatever the case may be, it would be the bow that's right for me, because I would get it set up to the way that I need it, so I shoot great because we practice. Me and Cameron, we practice all the time, and that's what you should be doing. If you're taking this serious, or if you want to just get better, you have to practice, guys. You can't you have to practice. You can't just pick up the arrows and go shoot once every couple months, and then you're all over the place on your target, and you're like, what the hell, man? I don't understand. Like, I was shooting good 3 months ago. Well, your arms got lazy. Your draw cycle got lazy. I mean, the bow could have stretched. Like, there's so many things, and you have to keep practicing. That's what we're out here doing. We're sighting in this sight, getting ready for tack, turkey, and deer season this year, because the way that this bow is set up right now is what I'm gonna be running the rest of this year, no matter what we're doing. Literally, I had planned to run this the entire time since Cameron switched to his dialed proof, which we're still doing our giveaway for that. Check out other videos for that. And as soon as we found out they had the 1-pin kit that you could just buy the cartridge itself instead of having to buy in the full new target or the sight, I was gonna switch to this one. Because we spent so much money on it, it's stupid not to. But yeah, this is it. Mathews Lift X 29.5 gas, high octane bowstrings, Mathews UV collab slider with the Bridgelock technology, the integrated MX2 rest from QAD, shell gray, red, black, Mothman. Thank you guys for watching this video. See ya.